Welcome back, toy fans, to episode 169 of Ronald's Reviews. And on today's episode, we've got some more Kenner Centurions pickups. Cue the march. Welcome back, everyone. Now, like I said in the intro, today we're going to take a look at some more Kenner Centurions pickups. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that in the last episode that featured Centurions, I said this.
Personally, like I said, I just want to stick to the default outfits that they came with in their original packaging.
Well, it would appear I've done a complete U-turn very, very quickly after filming that episode.
You liar!
I just knew that those original three characters with those three outfits just weren't going to satisfy me. Since then, I've also done a live stream with Ryan over at Ryan the Collector Kids channel, and I am just fully invested in this line. I absolutely love it. And over the last few weeks, I've been trying to pick up some more characters with some more weapon system outfits, and I've done very, very well. Let's go take a look at what I've got.
Centurions! Power Extreme! Man and machine!
Evil Doc Terror and hacker battle Centurions Max Ray and Ace McLeod. The Centurions call for more powerful weapons. Energize. Max gets Tidal Blast. Ace gets Orbital Interceptor. They strike back with added firepower. Max by sea. Ace by air.
Centurions! Power Extreme! Man and machine!
Thinkers has shown other toys sold separately, new from Kenner.
Okay, everyone, so we're going to start with my personal favourite, which is Ace McLeod. Now, what I have started doing, it was very quickly after the first video that I did on Centurions, it became very apparent very soon that just the three original guys with their stock outfits wasn't going to satisfy me. So I jumped back on eBay and straight away picked up this loose bare bones Ace McLeod. Now, if you go onto eBay, you will find plenty of bare bones Centurions, you know, no outfit, no mask. If you're patient, you can usually pick them up for around £15. Now, some people will be wanting 20 and 25. If you're patient, you can pick these guys up for around 15. And I just think it's handy to have a stock of these bare bones figures, and then you can start concentrating on picking up bits of the outfit. So straight away, I jumped back onto eBay, picked this guy up, in preparation, obviously, for more outfits, because like I said, it became very apparent very quickly that I just wanted more. They're just such a good line. And yeah, I just wanted to continue with it. So I have said in previous videos, now for each character they came with a stock outfit, but each character came with what I would say 3 readily available outfits. So 3 outfits that were fairly common that you could pick up fairly easy, and then any outfits after that became quite tricky and quite expensive. So the 3 outfits that came with Ace McLeod, or the 3 that I feel are readily available, the first one was Sky Knight. The second one, which is Orbital Interceptor, which is what I'm going to show you in a second. And the third one is Skyball, and Skyball is huge, and that will be the one I'll be turning my attention to next. So yeah, so I picked up this bare bones figure, and then I was very, very lucky to get a bargain on eBay and managed to pick up his next outfit, which is Orbital Interceptor. So let's get this guy kitted up.
Ace to Skyball. I need Orbital Interceptor.
Switching from Sky Knight to Orbital Interceptor. Now.
Power Extreme!
And there we go, everyone. That is Ace McLeod in his Orbital Interceptor outfit. And look at this guy. I mean, how awesome does this guy look? You know, when I've said before, when you get these outfits on these figures, they take on a completely new dynamic, a completely different look, and it just transforms the figure to the point where I just think they look amazing. So I've got one big thank you to shout out first. You will remember last week's video, Enzo, good old Enzo from Australia, he gifted me this leg grenade. Now, I bought this outfit off eBay, but it was missing just one piece to complete it, which was the leg grenade. So Enzo was very, very generous and sent me that to complete it. So thank you, Enzo. But like I've said in previous videos, it's always good advice to buy complete, but there is a place for buying incomplete. I think if you're savvy and you're clever and you're patient, it can be done. Now, if you want a complete Ace McLeod with Orbital Interceptor, you go onto eBay, you're going to be looking at around the £80 mark. Would you believe I completed this for less than £40? Obviously, I was very lucky that Enzo gifted me the leg part, but the rest of it I managed to do with the figure and the outfit, all included. I managed to do it for around the £40 mark, just under. So it can be done. It can be done, but I mean, just look at this guy. With all this gear, I mean, look at that backpack. You've got that huge backpack with the radar, with the thrusters. You've got the decal at the bottom there with the Centurions logo. Honestly, these figures are wicked. And then we've got a very, very different helmet for Ace on this one as well. So it's a complete all-around helmet with no gaps, because this is the outfit that Ace would call on if he needed to do anything in space. And obviously this helmet would allow him to breathe in space, and it had all the breathing apparatus inside. But man, what a toy line and what a figure. I'm so pleased to get this in my collection. What I would say is, though, as well, one thing that has become apparent the more I've got into Centurions and the more outfits I'm picking up. For example, this outfit is quite big. They do become quite tricky to stand. Once they're kitted up, obviously, these outfits can knock them off balance a little bit, and sometimes it's difficult to get them to stand in what I would call a natural position that makes them look good. You know, it's yeah, you've got to be careful and you've got to get them balanced right, because the bigger the outfit, it does tend to knock them off balance, and they do become sometimes quite difficult to stand and display. But very pleased to get Ace and Orbital Interceptor into my display. Like I said, the next one I'll be looking at is Skybolt. That's quite a big outfit and quite expensive, but I will be looking to add that to another Ace McLeod figure. But yeah, very, very pleased to get this into my collection. Okay, so let's move on to Max Ray. Okay, and here is Max Ray. And again, we're starting with the bare bones Max Ray. Now, before we carry on, I just need to give a massive, massive shout out to a good friend of mine and a good friend of the channel in Chris Lewis. Now, Chris Lewis is a member of the Centurions group on Facebook. We got chatting one day. He told me that he had a few bits to move on, and he did me a fantastic deal on a loose Max Ray. At a later date, I picked up another outfit off him as well, which is what you're going to see in a second. But I also picked up a loose Jake, and again, the outfit for Jake that you're going to see later in this video. He gave me some fantastic deals, so thank you, Chris. I really do appreciate it. Here we are, so we have got another loose Max Ray, and like I said, it's always handy to get a stock of loose figures and try and pick up then helmets and outfits as you go. It can be done if you're clever. It can be done for less than buying complete. So we've got a loose Max Ray from Chris, and at a later date I picked up Tidal Blast. So let's get this guy kitted up. So there we go, everyone, and there we've got Max Ray in Tidal Blast. Now, I will say before I carry on, I am not going to touch him in any way, shape or form. I'm going to use pictures to illustrate the outfit. I'm not going to move him around the table because, as you can see, with Tidal Blast on, he is massive and he is so back heavy. The second I touch him, he'll fall backwards. I know he will. I have to display him on the shelf with the wall behind him to prop him up, otherwise he falls all the time. So like I said earlier in the video, you've got to be careful how you display these, because once they're in outfits the size of this one, they become quite difficult to balance, and they also become quite difficult to handle as well. You don't know where to pick them up, you know, it's just so awkward. But visually, how awesome is Max Ray and Tidal Blast? So this is the second outfit I've got now for Max Ray, the first one being Cruiser, and like I said, the three outfits that I feel generally that came with Max Ray that are readily available are Cruiser, this one which is Tidal Blast, and the one I'm going to turn my attention to next will be Depth Charger. So again, won't be easy to get as far as they are quite expensive, but they are readily available and out there, so that will be what I'll be turning my attention to next. But look at this guy. I mean, what an amazing outfit. We've got that huge chest piece, those huge fin and thrusters on his legs. We've got the gun on the front of the chest piece. We've got his laser gun on his arm there. We've got two huge missiles on his backpack that fire out. Now, I'm not going to do that on the screen because they could go anywhere. They are really lively, the spring actions on these Centurions figures. But for me, what an absolutely amazing outfit this is. And like I said, you know, once you get these guys kitted up, I mean, look at the change, you know, just how different they look once you get these outfits on. But man, this is awesome. It just looks so good. From every angle, it looks amazing. So very, very pleased to get this in my collection. Thank you again, Chris, for doing me such a great deal on this. But yeah, man, I am so pleased to get this in my collection. It looks amazing. Okay, so let's move on to Jake Rockwell. And there we've got Jake Rockwell, everyone. So another massive, massive thank you to Chris Lewis. He gave me this guy at a great price with an outfit as well, which we are going to see in a second. But I absolutely love Jake Rockwell. I think he's a great character. And would you believe this guy was actually based on Harrison Ford? I don't think I mentioned it earlier in the video. Max Ray was based on Tom Selleck, and that's actually true. After doing a little bit of background research, Max Ray was based on Tom Selleck officially, and this guy was based on Harrison Ford. So I don't know if you knew that, everyone, but a little bit of information for you there. But yeah, so I managed to pick up another weapon system outfit for Jake. I've already got Fire Force, so let's go see what else I picked up.
Assemble Wild Weasel Assault Weapon System. Computer, beam Wild Weasel to Jake.
There we go, so there is Jake Rockwell in Wild Weasel, and personally my favourite outfit for Jake. I've been desperate to get this into my collection. Again, Chris Lewis gave me a fantastic deal, and a big thank you to Simon Hawkins as well for providing me with the foot plates, because that was the only thing this was missing when I got it from Chris. But I was desperate to get this, and look at this, man. I mean, how awesome is this? Such a unique vehicle. Really sort of unique idea. Obviously Jake is tucked away in there, and obviously it's like a motorcycle or a sort of hybrid motorcycle, but man, how awesome is that? And I was desperate to get this in my collection. And you know what, one of the larger frames, or one of the larger exosuits, that once Jake's in there, it's really nice and secure. You can move it around, you can pick it up, and man, how awesome is it? Now I've put these down just to make him steady on the table, but you can flip these up, and obviously then you can use it as an actual motorcycle. But obviously for it to stand upright, these need to be down so it sits. But man, how awesome is that? You've got a gun on the top that moves up and down, you've got the turrets on the side that move up and down. This thing is wicked. But if this wasn't cool enough, because the one thing I was worried about was, can I display it well on the shelf like this, because you can't really see the figure, and I weren't quite sure if it would stay upright. Now I didn't realise they would flip at that point, but the amazing thing about this outfit is you can also display it like this. And how awesome is it that Wild Weasel actually has two different sort of configurations that you can display it in. So I like to display it like this, upright. It's a lot easier to display it on the shelf, and I just think it's a really cool sort of addition, a really cool sort of alternative, because although it looks awesome in bike mode, you can't really see Jake, you can't really see the figure, and again takes quite a lot of room to display. So I've configured it upright, and then I like to display him like that. There we go, and we can see Jake. So I just think it's really cool that you can have it in an alternate mode, and I think it looks really, really nice on the shelf. You can see Jake, once you lift the front up, you can see his face, and it just looks so cool, and such a really, really nice alternative configuration. I just think it's a really nice touch that you can do that, because I think, although I love it in the bike mode, not easy to display, and you can't enjoy the figure. So, but I just think this was a really, really cool outfit. I was desperate to get this in my collection. It's one of my favourites of Jake. Like I said, I will be turning my attention to the next one, which is Hornet. So the three readily available outfits for Jake, in my opinion, that are definitely obtainable are Fire Force, Wild Weasel and Hornet, which again, like I said, I'll be looking at next. So yeah, really pleased to get this in my collection, and I think it is awesome in this mode. I mean, just look at it, man. That huge gun on the front, the guns at each side of his head, and for me, this is just a wicked way to display him if you don't want to display him in the bike mode. So yeah, thank you again to Chris Lewis for giving me, once again, another great deal. But yeah, that is 2 outfits down for each figure. We've got definitely 1 more for each to go, and maybe a few more as well. So let's get everything back on the table and we'll wrap up. And there we go, everyone. So to say this was only really ever meant to be a 3-figure collection with 1 outfit, I think that idea is well and truly out the window now, isn't it? But it just goes to show how infectious these toy lines are. You're absolutely convinced that 1, 2, 3 figures with 1 outfit will satisfy you, and before you know it, you're looking at other outfits and you just cannot resist picking more up. So that's 8 figures in the collection now. I intend to pick up 3 more, so another Ace, Jake and Max with another outfit each. After that, I'm really hoping that satisfies me, because after that the outfits get quite difficult to pick up and expensive as well. I mean, for example, I would love a C-Bat for Max Ray, but I just think that again will be very difficult to obtain. Maybe a detonator for Jake, but again, all outfits that I just think might be difficult. So I'm really hoping 3 more figures, 3 more outfits, I'll be happy. Another big shout out just to say thank you to Chris Lewis, Simon Hawkins and Enzo for helping me out with these collections. Thank you, boys. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, there we go, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and giving me a shot. I hope you'll consider leaving a like and subscribing. If you're one of my existing viewers and existing subscribers, thanks for sticking with me, everyone. I really do appreciate it. Leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I always try to read everyone's comments and get back to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time.